Hello, everyone. Before taking this course, I honestly thought creativity was mostly about having a natural talent or coming up with great ideas right away. I usually wanted my work to be polished before sharing it with anyone. Looking back, I realized that way of thinking reflected a fixed mindset because I was focused on getting everything right the first time and avoiding mistakes. The design thinking challenge changed this perspective. During the Three Little Pigs challenge, my group wasn't asked to immediately solve the problem by protecting the pigs. Instead, we had to step back and understand the wolf's perspective first. That required empathy, research, observation, creating an empathic map and developing a concept map before we even started thinking about solutions. At first, the process felt unusual because my instinct was to jump directly into solving the problem. However, I learned that understanding the user's need is one of the most important part of design thinking. As we worked through the challenge, I noticed that our ideas continued to evolve. We would discuss one idea, realize it had weaknesses, make changes, and then improve it again. Normally, I might have seen this revisions as mistakes, but this assignment helped me to see them as progress. Every every revision gave us more information and moved us closer to a better solution. Week 5 reinforced that lesson even more through prototyping. For my prototype, I designed a mobile app called Career Compass. The purpose of the app is to help Air Force members manage important career milestones such as promotion, PCS moves, retirement, separation, training requirements, and required personal actions. Initially, I wanted to focus on making the app look attractive with colors, graphics, and polished screens. However, after reading chapter 4 of Change by Design by Tim Brown and reviewed this week's lecture materials, I realized that wasn't the purpose of a low fidelity prototype. A prototype isn't supposed to be perfect. Instead, it is supposed to quickly communicate an idea to users so they can provide feedback before too much time or money is invested. That completely changed my approach. Instead of worrying about how beautiful the app looked, I focused on functionality. I created simple wireframes that showed the navigation, search bar, deadline, tax, notification, and career tools. Those basic layouts were enough for someone to understand how the app would work and identify improvements. I learned that simplicity actually makes it easier for users to focus on whether the design solves the problem. This experience really helped me understand the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. According to the course material, someone with a fixed mindset believes abilities are fixed and that failures means they are simply not good at something. Someone with a growth mindset believes abilities can improve through effort, practice, feedback, and persistence. Instead of saying I can't do this, they say I can't do this yet. I find myself using this word yet throughout this assignment. There were moments where I wasn't completely satisfied with my concept map, storyboard, or wireframe. Instead of getting frustrated, I reminded myself that these were only early versions. They didn't have to be perfect because they were designed to improve through feedback. Brown emphasizes that prototyping is really about learning, not proving that your first idea is correct. The idea stood out to me because it removes the fear of failure. Instead of trying to avoid mistakes, design thinking encourages us to learn from them. I think this is one of the biggest lessons I've taken away from this course. Another reading that supported my learning was NG's article on neuroscience of growth mindset. NG explains that believing our abilities increases motivation and encourages us to continue learning even when we face challenges. I experienced that firsthand during this assignment. As I continued revising my work, I became more confident because I understand that improvement comes through iteration rather than perfection. The article from the wellness and training also reinforced that organizations benefit when employees develop a growth mindset. People become more willing to collaborate. They accept feedbacks and innovate instead of avoiding challenges. I can definitely see how that applies to my work in Air Force Human Resources, whether improving personal processes, designing training materials, or developing tools like my Career Compass app. Using a growth mindset would encourage continuous improvement rather than settling for the first solution. Overall, these 2 weeks completely changed how I think about creativity and problem solving. I learned that failure isn't the opposite of success. It is actually part of success. Prototyping allows us to test ideas early, receive valuable feedback, and continue improving until we find a solution that truly meets the user's needs. Moving forward, I plan to approach both my graduate studies and my career with more of a growth mindset. Instead of expecting perfection from the beginning, I want to embrace feedback, continue learning, and remember the power of yet. I believe that mindset will help me become a stronger problem solver, a better collaborator, and a more effective leader. Thank you for watching.